Nation, let's exceed! Turn it all down, yeah! The aftershow begin, our soldiers of the spotlight! We're giving never ends, passion under passion! The topics will explore, on it cannot dorm the sound to enter! In the world we know, we're breaking through the noise! Till the fire is high, with days and culture's voice!
Welcome back, Naysayer Nation, to the Aftershow Podcast. We got a very special show for you this evening. A lot happened this week. We got the official launch of Season 2 of Marvel Rivals. We'll also talk about the unveiling of Marathon, the latest game from Bungie that many people are already comparing to Concord. We'll talk Daredevil Born Again, Spider-Man Tease. But more importantly, this is a show with guests. We got a friend of the show that all of you will be very familiar with, and a special guest joining us a little bit later. We'll keep that a surprise. But for now, say hello to the sweatiest Marvel Rivals players we know personally, Kingreek. What's up, Mr. Greek? Welcome back to the After Show.
Hello, everyone. I'm just here to spoil that the guest will be Barack Obama. He's going to be making an appearance to come and talk about Marvel Rivals.
So, you know, you signed an NDA, right? So of course, if we're going to talk about a new season of Marvel Rivals, we can't not have Kingreek on the show, the foremost expert in all things Rivals. We were actually playing last night. Me, JayShockblast, Greek, and
Free Willy Rocks.
Free Willy. We had a first we had a 3-stack, but then Willie joined in one trick in Human Torch for a 4-stack because we wanted to get Jay up to gold. And what a run it was. We'll just we'll get a little bit. First, I want to say what's up to the chat. What's up, Old Man Eastwood? You're next. We're told that we have to get you to gold as well. So we're definitely going to get on that. What's up, Mikey? What's up, Gabe? Appreciate you. What's up, Echolocation? Simple. What's up, Marvel? Roderick. How's everyone doing tonight?
That was wild. I've seen people talk about having runs like that in ranked. I'm like, ain't no way, because I've gone 4 hours and not shifted more than 10 points. Okay. And we went 14-1.
14 and 1. You heard that right. We at one point, I think the loss came like right towards the end. So yeah. I think at one point we won like 12 or 13 games in a row.
I don't think I've ever won 12 or 13 games in a row at any point in time in this game ever. But we were on. I mean, I thought I more than held my own. Willie somehow was MVP every single round except for like one.
Except for the last final game.
Yeah. And I mean, the one we lost, I don't know if he was SVP or not, but yeah, it was crazy. That was such a good run, and I'm glad that I'm at gold 3 now. And like I did say, we'll definitely get Eastwood there, and I know Otter will probably need some help, and Otter's really good too. So certainly still going to try to help other people get there. But
yep, I still got one alt account I can use. Yeah,
so I do feel a responsibility to Eastwood because he puts up with my bullshit the most.
Yes, he does.
So there's some loyalty there.
I mean, he's also a loyal member of my channel, so I would definitely want to help him.
Yeah.
As well.
I mean, I kind of got him from you, Yeah,
trying to poach him.
Listen, I appreciate Eastwood.
As you should. Yeah, we'll definitely. Yeah, we just get a stat together. Eastwood, Otter.
Is this where did this come from?
We just got a Caitlin Clark fan. I mean, I saw the video of her against the practice squad for the Iowa women's team, the men's practice. She just gave them like 20 in like 2 minutes. She's full half court. Now, I can't deny Caitlin Clark is definitely a generational talent. I think she legitimately had a case for the best rookie season in WNBA history. And without question, the other girls were 100% hating on her the entire way. So all facts there. But yeah, we'll talk about the overall season, especially now that there's no pretty much nothing to play for unless you're like super competitive and you want to go even higher. But now that you secured that golden Emma Frost day, what are your thoughts overall of so far?
I like it. I hate that like my most played character is Cloak and Dagger, because like I'm ready to play some other characters. But yeah, I mean I don't really notice a ton different. Some of the people do seem to be like some of the I think I lost my first like 5 games of the season, and it wasn't just that we lost; we like got our shit pushed in. Like it was like, what is happening? Like I was so confused. It was a miserable experience, but I think I'm settling in. I like Emma, and I would like to, I'd like to make her one of those characters I get to lord at some point. But I'm not a big Emma Frost fan in general. I never really have been, but yeah, we'll see.
I think she's definitely won a lot of people over for a variety of reasons.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I've always been like, because I feel like I'm more Team Jean Grey, and
definitely. Like in terms of like the lore, I've never been like a big fan of Emma Frost. In like she is I didn't read the run where she basically became like a good person. I grew up, the Emma Frost I grew up with was just a hot villain, but I always thought Jean Grey was better, like with 100%. But Mar Rivals has definitely give me a new appreciation of the White Queen. Hail Snow Bunny Mind Control. Kingreek, our foremost expert, as a sweaty player, what do you think of season 2 so far?
I will say this. I saw a post saying this on Twitter, and I kind of have to agree. This just might be the best rookie performance we've seen out of a starting season since Fortnite. Because Rivals came out. A lot of people like, oh, it's Marvel, but Overwatch. Like a lot of people thought, some might take to it, some might be kind of iffy about it. So far, Rivals I mean, we've only had 3 seasons. Well, I mean, if you count season 0,
yeah.
But so season 2 like started off with a bang. Like really nobody was expecting that we were going to be getting Emma Frost of all mutants, especially this early. A lot of people were surprised to find out Cocoa was even in play if you paid attention to what was happening with the lore.
I can go on record and say I was expecting Emma Frost in the Hellfire Gallery because I made a video about the lore.
Yeah, no, not this soon is what I mean. I mean, not you specifically, but because like a lot of people were assuming, oh, we're gonna get like Cyclops first, or we're gonna get Jean Grey, or we're gonna get someone else, right? Because Emma's not
Pace Pot Pete.
Yeah. Big Will.
Pace Pot Pete. But I mean, season 2 is more so started off strong. I will say this: it's not even necessarily the launch of season 2 as a whole. It's more so of everything else that came with it that wasn't just tied to the characters, because it's like we have some of the changes that we're asking for. Like I originally, because I've said this numerous times, I wanted them to bring the band system down to platinum at the very least, instead of keeping it up at diamond. No, they brought it down to gold, and it's like yeah, a lot of people are definitely not going to be able to just one trick their way up to the higher ranks no more. You're
Yeah.
gonna learn. You're gonna have to learn how to use other people. They're fixing the spectate. They're fixing the spectate system and various other things. As far as it stands right now, season 2 is pretty much starting off with a bang. I'm very happy with the way that it's going so far. We're continuously getting ways to get more skins for free instead of without paying. The pop-up bundle was again a very a cool thing to do. Granted, you don't get everything in the bundle, but you still get the skin, which is cheaper. I'm excited for what the rest of this season has to show. I'm excited for Ultron because I know that's probably going to be the bigger part of the season because he's a more of a fan favorite character
For
in
sure.
Emma. And I mean, just as like in terms of like coming from like the nerd side, I'm more so excited to see exactly how the lore expands. Because if anybody doesn't know, the mutants are just yet again caught in another situation where they're in a fight that they didn't start. The whole reason Ultron is even here is because Doom tried to erase him, messed around, and got scared and ran to Krakoa. That's the only reason Ultron is even here.
Poor mutants.
I will say that with this being our first season where there's one new character, I would like them to, instead of doing monthly characters, stick with the 90-day seasons and just do mega the jumbo seasons. So like I would rather 2 characters every 45 days because then it's like less of a, like, I know it's like kind of almost semantics, but like when everybody's just trying to play for that one character, I find it a little frustrating. Not just because like I don't necessarily get to play the character, but I had a few situations where you could see that somebody was trying to lock that character and they just quit or they just trolled the whole match, you know?
Mhm.
And it's like, if I can't have them, I'm going to ruin your experience. And I did really kind of find that to be a little annoying. Whereas, you know, the last 2 parts of the season for season 1, you know, we had 2 different members of the Fantastic Four in each half. And I'd rather wait the extra 15 days and just get 2 characters at once. I know that's maybe neither here nor there, but at least only like 2/3 of the lobby are butthurt instead of like almost all of it.
True. I think that does get to another point of just about more so not even just about the release schedule because obviously it's more fun when we're obviously gotten used to it having multiple new characters. That's kind of been our experience since the beta, having just a bunch of new characters at a time to play with. This was actually the first time we got a Marvel Rivals update where they added new characters and they added less than 2. But I think that's more so like a general community problem. Like it's just unfortunate. Like Marvel Rivals is attracting a lot of different people. Obviously, a lot of people coming over from Overwatch. Specifically, I saw a report that they calculated the actual number, and 45% of people stopped playing Overwatch 2 and started playing Marvel Rivals. So at launch, so that was interesting. But yeah, you have a lot of casual Marvel fans who aren't really this is their first hero shooter, and they don't really know how to act, and we're seeing kind of the growing pains that come with having a new hero shooter, especially one with attached to a popular IP. So there's kind of just unavoidable to deal with having to deal with that stuff. Now I don't know. Now they said new hero every month. I don't know if that rules out them having multiple heroes in one month necessarily. I think they just are guaranteeing that there's going to be a new hero every month. So I think there's still a possibility that they might do more than one. But I'm personally fine with a new, even if it's just a new hero every month. What I really want is them to expand the game modes. I think that ultimately what will clean up the game, and I know they have competitive ambitions, but I think this game needs, like, for the future, a real PvE mode. I was looking at the numbers. Marvel Rivals Season 2 successful so far. They didn't set a new record. They didn't have they were pretty much, they had settled into about 100 120, 160,000 concurrent players on Steam. And this weekend, it hit a peak about 250K. So definitely one of the biggest games in the world. Not a huge, massive jump. I've noticed that. Maybe it's partly because of Emma Frost. But Marvel Rivals, I think, and their devs even admit themselves, isn't a hardcore competitive game. It's a casual game with competitive elements, and I think a PvE mode, like if that's the one thing that Overwatch didn't deliver, that I think they could destroy them on. If they add that, I think that would not only secure the future of the game, but I think it would kind of clean up the actual people who actually want to do the 6v6. I think it would clean up quick match and competitive, and all the people, all the more casual people who just love their Marvel characters can kind of do the PvE stuff, and then the people who are like real competitive, they can stick with the competitive modes, and they could kind of balance accordingly. I think that's ultimately the best long-term solution. What do you guys think?
I do feel. I mean, just touch on another thing real quick. I am partially very concerned about the whole a character a month thing, because at a certain point you start to pretty much wonder if whether or not this is sustainable, because they started, because at this point we already have like damn near 40 characters, and we're only 2 or 3 months into like the game. Like, really?
To be clear, I don't think they're going to do this past 2025.
Yeah, because it's because what's the word? There, if you know Marvel, there is a lot of characters in Marvel. Plus, it gets even worse when you think about how they're willing to go off-brand, off-beat, and give us lesser known characters. Like Rivals is the reason for why Jeff is now Rivals is the reason for why now characters like Jeff and Squirrel Girl are household names, when before they were not. Luna's a household name. She was not beforehand. And while I do appreciate that fact, like lesser characters are getting like, more of a bigger spotlight, a bigger stage to shine on, it begs the question, will this be healthy for the developers? Because with us coming from games like Avengers and Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad, we've seen firsthand just how much crunch time can really affect something. Because with Gotham Knights, that was a mixture of crunch time and just, I want to say, negligence. That might not be the right word there, but negligence
could be accurate.
I don't want Rivals to go through the same problem, because again, like the developers are it's not going to be healthy for them. It's going to create a bad work environment and so much worse. And then when you look at it from our point of view, the balancing, trying to like, because again, it's not going to be like Overwatch where like a lot of the heroes are specifically like balanced for competitiveness and whatnot. They want to keep Rivals fun. I can respect that. However, it's going to be real difficult trying to balance 150 goddamn characters.
Yeah.
It's going to be very difficult. Like at that point, it will definitely be, if somebody's a problem, it will definitely be accounted for. But trying to balance all of that, it's definitely going to be very, very much of a problem. So like, I don't like, and at first glance, a character every month, it sounds cool because we get new characters that we want, characters that we want to play with. But long term, I genuinely think that might not be the best idea. And this is coming from me being on the opposite side of this same thing, but with a different notion, like with the Roll Queue thing, for example. When Rivals first came out, I wanted Roll Queue. Felt like Roll Queue would have been the fix to us dealing with a lot of dumbasses that we deal with in rank. Now, spending some time with it, I'm more than fine with Roll Queue not being here, because sometimes like a 4-2-1 or a 3-2-1 comp can definitely get the job done. But like I'm skeptical about the plan. But like you said, I don't see this making it past 2025. The only way that it does, I would say that the developer team for NetEase has to like get bigger by at least like 5 to 10 times. I mean like Destiny big.
Oh yeah, for sure. And we know they did hire new people, but it'll definitely depend on how successful the game is, and based on what we know, it's extremely successful, but it's also keep in mind that it is expensive. So I think there's definitely a limit on that, unless their spending is just their revenue is just going through the roof with all these
the ends justify the means.
These schooner skins.
Mhm.
That could help them. But yeah, I agree. Like the role queue thing, definitely. I never subscribed to it, but especially after playing this season, I'm so glad we don't have it, because even without role queue, like people who are lock in the roles that voluntarily are still so terrible at them. Like so I don't want people to be forced. I don't want slower game times and we get people and we're forced to play a role and they're still bad. They're terrible at the role. Like I because really the only issue is that the fact that you can't win a game with less than two with less than two supports. Like you just can't do it. Like you can make things work with one Vanguard, even though two is optimal, but you have to have statistically you need at least one tank and you need at least two supports. And they express their desire to not have everyone, kind of be rigidly defined by their roles. And obviously they can do that by making the characters more well-rounded. People have been saying since the beta that they wanted them to add the global healing passive that Overwatch has. That could help solve a lot of these issues. There are a lot of things they can do in that regard, but I still think they should do that. But yeah, I don't know what it is. Like it feels like this season people have gotten substantially worse, and
Yeah.
I've been playing the game since the beta. I was playing quick play. I was playing ranked to start in the beta. I was playing it at the start of season 0, at the start of season 1.5, and it feels worse, significantly worse this time around. Like I usually to do my daily missions, I usually play like just jump in quick play to do it. But the quality of quick play batches, even for quick play, are so bad so far that I just ended up doing practice versus AI to do the objectives for specific characters, because it's just it's unplayably bad.
Yeah, and the whole PVE aspect, I'll put it the same way I did for well, not the same way for Overwatch, because I'll put it this way. A lot of I love the lore that's going on in Rivals. If we could have a PvE mode, that could definitely expand on that a bit more and help tie in things with what's going on in the main lore and maybe even the comics as well. That would be lovely. I don't want them to go the same route as games like Destiny is, to where is the reason why a lot of games like that suffer is because they try to be both. They try to be both, and then as a result, for example, you get stuff for PvP that gets kind of tweaked, and then that ends up nerfing it for PvE or like otherwise. For example, if I was to bring up the Galahorn for Jay in Destiny, right there, that's a perfect example of just how much something constantly gets tweaked and it ends up being ruined for the other mode. Like I originally was on the side of no PvE for Marvel Rivals. I kind of still am. It's not that I'm opposed to it. It's just if we do ever decide to get it, I don't want it to follow the same route. It needs to be PvP focused with PvE as a side part. You can add stuff in, you can make it fun, you can make it engaging to do, but it does not need to be the main priority at any point, because then once that happens, the PvP will start suffering, and then it will just be a constant back and forth for trying to fix the other. No, give us PvE, make it fun, make it engaging. Don't make it more important than the main part of the game.
I can see that, but I don't think it'll be quite the same as like a Destiny situation, because Destiny for one is a looter, so that has a lot more issues around balancing than say a game like this. On top of the fact that it was like always casual kind of from the beginning. Like there's a Marvel game. The devs made it clear that's kind of their approach to things. So I don't, even if you just have the characters the same, I don't think PvE would necessarily hurt anything with on the competitive side of things, because it's not like they're adding in loot drops or anything like that to the game. It's like you're just playing the characters in this separate story driven PvE experience. You can even have like exclusive features and abilities locked only to the PvE side of things that don't even appear in the PvP side of things, which would be hard to do because Destiny is a looter. So both the PvE and the PvP modes would functionally be the same. So if you drop gear, so you build your gear for PvE, it can apply to PvP. So you have to keep that in mind. I don't think you would have the same issue with Marvel Rivals, and I think it would definitely be more well received. What are you going to say, Jay?
I just think if they maybe expanded on like the quick play or practice versus AI, I think that would even be sufficient. Like even if they just made it so that like your stats counted, it would like get people to want to go in there and practice more. And because like I feel like if I go in there, I mean sure you can get achievements by playing that way and stuff like that, but like I feel like I'm mostly wasting my time if I go in there. But like I feel like there should be a place for the people, like that's where it's like relax, it's just practice versus AI rather than quick play. To me, quick play is just an alternative mode to play with people. You know what I mean? I I like the idea of PvE, but I don't know how you really do it any other way other than what's already there with practice versus AI. Considering there's, you know, I mean, you're kind of making a different game at that point, which I guess is what we were asking them to do with Overwatch. But I don't know. I don't know how you pull that off.
I think you would effectively be making it more of a MOBA. Like I think because the cool thing that they had with Rivals, the way they designed it, is like it's not a first person shooter. It's a superhero, third person superhero game, and everyone has these really cool variety of powers. So if effectively, instead of fighting each other, yeah, you would have, you know, cutscenes and stories, but you'd be fighting against other enemy AI instead of, you know, these team based capture point objectives and stuff like that. But more, I think we're going to get some answers from the one person who I definitely want to weigh in because they might actually know something. It's time for our special guest. He's been on the show a lot, actually, spoiler alert, but we always love having him here. The great and powerful Miller Ross.
Hey.
We got to give him a round of applause. Journalist and Marvel Rivals partner, Miller Ross. In the mustard too. How you doing, Mr. Ross?
I'm good. Sorry I'm late. Thanks for having me.
It is always a pleasure to have you here. We had Greek also similarly late. It's not a big deal at all. It's only time. We just love having you here.
Well, I love being here. I always find a new location to communicate from.
And I always loved seeing Parappa the Rapper. Just
right,
brings back memories.
Kind of a vibe, I gotta say.
It is. I'm more and more associating Parappa the Rapper with you. You're the Miller brand.
Well, I want to do like my own custom character, like in Parappa style. Yeah. So this is just kind of a placeholder.
I would definitely support it. Go full VTuber. I'm here for it. Yeah, we were just talking about our impressions of season 2 and what things we think could improve it, and what we can, you know, what we think can help the game long term. So first off, what do you think of season 2 so far? I know you were thoroughly pleased with the Penny Parker buffs for one.
Yeah, no, it's a good season for a bunch of characters actually. I don't know. It's tough. The more I get into competitive, the more I try to have like a measured response, and I want to see how things shake up. Like I was really excited for the Penny Parker like crit buff on paper, but in practice, it's really sort of marginal because it's so difficult to land headshots with a hitbox that like with a projectile that large.
Yeah.
So, oh wait, what the hell?
Well, that was cool.
What did I just do? Oh
just
shit!
Turned on my rose.
Wait.
Welcome to Krakoa.
Oh shit! What is going on with my OBS? That's so funny. Okay, I meant to do that.
It was a smooth transition.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Okay, sorry. What? Why the hell? Okay, well, I know how to. There you go. Weird. That won't happen again. Yeah. So, what was the question?
It better not.
We're just getting your overall impressions, and feel free to be as harsh as possible.
Yeah, I mean, who was the big nerf everybody was talking about this season that they were kind of surprised by?
Well, a lot of people. Well, I've seen a lot of videos about Doctor Strange just being unplayable now.
See, it seems sort of reactionary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think when it really shakes down, he's still fine.
Yeah.
A lot of people complain about Rocket Raccoon, but I feel like I've had some of my best matches with him.
It's been mixed with him. It's like his healing has been like slightly lowered, but at the same time, with the changes to his ultimate and the fact that he can like burst heal now, that's made Rocket one of, if not the best support this season.
Yeah, for sure. I was skeptical at first, especially with the movement changes, and they definitely are worse, and you're definitely seeing like a bigger skill gap forming because you could tell there were a lot of Rocket players who were kind of just skating by on just how easy the character was last season, but now I didn't have any issues transitioning because I was like an actual good Rocket player, but seeing how some people are playing him, like getting like double-digit deaths on Rocket, like not being able to crutch with the dashes is definitely, I'm noticing an issue because you have to like be smarter with your positioning and play around walls now, and whereas a lot of people were kind of just mindlessly heal botting.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. Like I spend a lot of time like Penny Parker one tricking, so it's sort of hard for me to judge other characters' buffs and nerfs like outside of that lens versus, like the matchup is sort of how I tend to see it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems. I think the big thing for me that I was really excited about was Winter Soldier not getting nerfed into the ground.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he's sort of the natural enemy of Penny Parker. Like he really messes her up. So to have him in such a dominant state means he's pretty much an instant ban every game. So that's good for me.
Yeah, it's good. Though I feel like Emma Frost is definitely an issue. Like I was watching Flats playing Penny because he was testing the changes to her healing on the web. He was doing the web stacking thing and just kind of camping out, and he was amazed by how much tankier Penny is now. Until he got confronted by Emma Frost and just got pressed with the beam and choked. It was like, oh Lord, she does so much damage. Holy shit!
Yeah, a very skilled Emma right now goes a long way, but
yeah,
it's a steep learning curve, and it's a brand new character. So I think it'll take a while for Emma to really sort of find her spot in every tier of play, but definitely in the higher tiers right now she's a little spooky. Yeah,
I think she's definitely. I knew as soon as I saw her full kit she was going to be S tier, but after getting to like actually play her and like kind of get used to the character and learn some of the moves, I think I currently have 100%, technically 100% win rate on her in competitive, but she's actually broken. Like she's an actual broken character. There's definitely a skill gap, but once you kind of understand the play style, and like she can absolutely carry games, unlike a lot of tanks. Like I think the best carry tank from last season was probably Groot, because
I would say Strange.
Yeah, Strange. I think Strange definitely got kind of supplanted by Groot. Like the thing, and I feel like Groot made a huge push. Magneto as well, because he's like the best solo tank. But Groot and Thing were legitimately carrying on Vanguard towards the end of last season, because Groot because he can also counter the Thing, but he can absolutely, a Groot that knows what they're doing can absolutely just ruin your entire day. Like there's just nothing, especially with Wolverine ban, like Groot can just so thoroughly control the game. He can cut you off from your healers. His ult combines with so many things that could just team wipe you. He is just he's mid range, so you don't have to get up close. He is just such a strong character, and I think Emma is kind of jumping up there, especially with her Snow Bunny Mind Control Ultimate, which can just which could just win you the game, like right off the bat if you use it correctly. I think so far a lot of the balancing changes have been good, though I think there's some that for sure were questionable, and there's some changes that I think still need to be made. Like I don't think Strange needed the additional nerf, especially with their intent to make Scarlet Witch more playable by pairing them together. I think Hulk still needs some more buffs. I think they went too far with Adam Warlock. I know they wanted to like curve the Revive team up, but I think they kind of just made the situation a little worse, because now Adam is pretty much unplayable outside of the res comp. So it's just weird, and of course Black Panther players are still complaining, but they're always complaining.
I mean, if you're a good Black Panther though, then you're usually pretty much a nuisance. So I don't know.
Very nuisance though. Though this season so far, Dive is actually pretty bad. Like it's actually really bad. So far, not just with the Thing, but Emma Frost actually is another anti-dive character. Namor with the Gamma Squid is an option. So yeah, it's actually pretty hard to be a dive, which is good because dive is annoying. Like I was not enjoying the dive meta.
I do feel like Namor has been super annoying this season for sure.
Yeah, that green beam is crazy.
Like some of those turrets seem like they're like more indestructible than Namor himself.
The Gamma one is definitely chunkier in terms of HP. So yeah, you definitely got to pay a little more attention to focusing that. But yeah, I haven't got to play too much Namor, because I think the way they balance that buff is like, yeah, it's strong, but the Luna team up was probably overall better, because it's much easier to get a Luna than it is to get a Hulk.
I would buy this.
It actually was bugged. I think they fixed it pretty fast, but yeah, there was a bug with the Gamma. That's why it was so bad on day
the
one.
targeting thing.
Yeah, you get like if you broke line of sight with Spider-Man or any other character on the Gamma Squid, if you came back in, it would no longer target you. Yeah. So it was actually pretty much just unplayable day one, but they seem to have at least fixed that. But one of the things we were talking about is the hero a month thing. Now I don't know if there's going to just only be one hero a month, or they're just saying there's going to be at least one hero a month.
Oh, you want 2 a month?
I do.
Occasionally, yeah.
I actually said you weren't here for this. I said I would be fine if instead of doing one a month, they just kept doing it like they did with the season 1 jumbo season and did 2 every 45 days. It's the same number in the end, but like my reason for it was that I felt like everybody was trying to auto lock Emma, and then if you didn't get them, like a lot of people just pout about it and either quit or just tank.
Yeah,
So
because at the end of the day, like if you came, because what was great before is that the season hits, new characters drop. All right, you don't get the one character, but you still have another one. But with this season, it's like the only new thing was Emma Frost, and then other than that, it's just like, okay, well, I have to play a character that has a new buff or something. But if you're not interested in that, then yeah, it's definitely less fun. I would say, but there is a question of sustainability. What do you think of the hero strategy, Miller?
Well, I mean, it's a tall order. I think back to like peak activity League of Legends, and like that was sort of where they were. But obviously on a much smaller scale.
Yeah.
It was there were less assets necessary for a League of Legends character. There's a lot that goes into a Rivals character, not to mention a map on top of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know from personal relationships, like I'm confident in the sustainability of it long term. I'm excited. I know. Well, like I can't. That's a bad. I was gonna say. Like I was gonna point to some public conversation that I am not supposed to acknowledge, but basically, if you think about in a general sense, like I really like, say, the X-Men,
right?
And well, if we get like what was it like? I guess every we went from 6 characters,
for season 0,
8 characters a year to now 12, right? Is the breakdown?
Yeah.
I mean, the X-Men are just one corner of the Marvel universe. To get like the odds of you getting that X-Men character you love are pretty slim at that pace.
Yeah.
And so when we get to talking about, especially like you throw the MCU into the mix and where is the brand going and there's so much standing between you and your wish list. But as a fan, to be moving 50% faster in any direction is so exciting, because that the odds of you getting, your favorite X-Men just shot up.
Yeah, especially after seeing Emma Frost.
Yeah. I mean,
fall.
Oh. Like I know from Super War, NetEase's first Marvel game, they've got a real eye for obviously the popular characters, but also some fun ones you might not have been expecting. We've already seen that a little bit with like Jeff the Landshark and stuff. And so when you look at like there's that viral tweet going around. Well, there's a lot of viral tweets going around right now about Luna Snow versus Emma Frost, and like, where do you stand? I mean, this is Luna Snow. This is a character with 0 fan cachet 6 months ago. Like, Marvel Rivals is transforming the public opinion of a lot of characters, and so to have the opportunity to take more, this is the thing that really appeals to me, is the more characters you get, the more of those weird ones you can get out of like jail effectively at Marvel, that's
Blue Marvel.
Like there's so many smaller scale characters that are really overdue for their time in the spotlight. And the slower you go, the more I think you really have to appeal to the majority. And so like here's I mean, obviously Pie in the Sky. Well, okay, I shouldn't give examples because people think those are teases. But you know what I'm saying? Like if you were to do the Avengers, there's a lot of Captain America and Iron Man before you can get to anybody that
Hank Pym.
is not right. So yeah, I think it's a really exciting prospect for fans of the brand, especially ones that are, maybe a little tired of the status quo.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then of course we get right into that reference to Deadpool.
Yeah,
who,
of course.
who to me, I mean, like,
Credit,
listen,
credit Miller Ross source.
Oh,
I always credit Miller Ross.
I appreciate it.
I did in my video multiple times.
I just outright like show, like, my video is me reading his tweet
Yeah, pretty
basically,
much.
and linking him, and sending residuals.
Oh yeah, thank you for the gifted costume. It was very sweet of you.
Yeah, I was like, I almost was gonna do the Emma one, and then I was like, no, I don't even know if you play Thor, but I felt like that was appropriate for me.
Thor is actually my second favorite Vanguard.
Oh,
Like,
perfect.
yeah, if it's not working with Penny, Thor is usually the one I switch to.
Well,
Worked out
that's
great.
my favorite suit in the game. So
I'm a big fan actually. That was one when I got that exchange coin from like the bundle, I'm like genuinely considering all of them and kind of ranking them in my head like, ooh, what am I gonna get? And I'm not gonna lie, that one was up there.
Well, there you go.
I
I wanted to test out how gifting works.
I ended up using my exchange coin on MCU Wanda.
Oh, a little Wendy action. Okay.
Yeah, I had to.
So yeah, I when I saw your tweet, basically teasing Deadpool, it's like, of course it's Deadpool #1, and because like a lot of people like think Jeff came from Gwenpool, but it actually came from Deadpool. Deadpool kind of like pawned him off on Gwen, and like when he was the king of the monster, he was the king of the monsters, and he like basically ruled Staten Island.
Yeah.
And he, like, Jeff was his little buddy, so it makes a lot of sense,
especially with the collector being involved.
Yeah.
Well, they don't have a lot of history together canonically. The collector and Deadpool.
Oh yeah.
So
but they have at least cross paths and
who hasn't?
Yeah.
I mean,
the Hood doesn't really have much anything going on with the collector or anything.
Well,
so here's something funny. I don't really play Magic the Gathering, but they did a set with Deadpool. Okay, so like there's all these Deadpool cards, and there were 2 interesting cards in here. This one right here is called Vandal Blast, and I didn't realize it, and I know it's hard to like see it, but there's a character in the background. I couldn't figure out who it is, and I've crowdsourced it, and it's the collector. And that's kind of wild if you think about it. And then there was a bonus card. Okay,
everything's connected.
There was a bonus card that they didn't advertise, and it's Gwenpool with Jeff. And I just kind of thought that was interesting, because speaking of things all being connected, you know that a lot of what Marvel does with their gaming division is they tie a lot of them together.
Yep.
You'll see like cross promotion between the games where like, oh, it's the season of Deadpool for every game. You know what I mean? So I just thought that was kind of like, that was pretty interesting that you mentioned the collector.
They're kind of like how they had the season of cross promotion for Spider-Man No Way Home for all their games except for Marvel's Avengers.
It all goes back to Marvel's Avengers.
I'm sure they would have made a lovely nameplate.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to it. So the other thing we're talking about and debating a little bit is PvE. I honestly, I know a lot of people were questioning it. I know it was a big thing over on the Overwatch side of things that did materialize. I personally think, given it's a third-person Marvel game, PvE focused content, I think would go a long way. With especially with how great they are with the lore, how great we've seen they are with cinematic cutscenes. But Greek raised some concerns about it from a competitive side of things, of being concerned that they might have the PvE side of things overshadow or negatively impact the PvP side of things. So where do you stand without revealing anything that you know? Where do you stand on PvE?
I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. I mean, I think that the reason
PvE confirmed.
I mean, there's a reason that one of the reasons I think that the Overwatch 2 situation went so wide is that with everything that they invested into it, it just seemed so obvious.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it didn't really seem like fitting a circle into a square peg, like it was like, yeah, that would work. That does seem like perfectly reason. I'm not like, oh my God, like it's like, of course, and that
Yeah.
seems fun. And I think you could really apply that to Marvel Rivals. You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, we played Destiny 15 years ago, like it doesn't seem so out of the blue. And also the game is doing so well. It's printing money. I think if they want to dip their toes into any number of waters, I think the reaction would be huge, even if it wasn't particularly well received. Yeah, I mean, why not?
Yeah, I think it would go gangbusters because I know one thing I know about Marvel fans is that they love themselves in PvE. Like I know like kind of the main thing that I saw against Marvel Rivals, even among people who like thought it looked cool, is that they don't like PvP games. Like a lot of Marvel fans, they came from Sonic Spider-Man, even Marvel's Avengers, they played the Arkham Batman games. They don't generally enjoy PvP type of games. They a lot of them tried Marvel Rivals anyway, but I think it would definitely open up a lot more potential players if they did that.
Yeah, I mean, as far as it like taking away from the PvP goes, I think the heart of Marvel Rivals is always going to be what it is. I mean, if anything, it could be like a gateway drug, Oh, you're not into it? Well, you had so much fun with a PvE mode. Why not jump into, you know what I mean? Like it opens the door, I think, to those people and keeps them there. Yeah. So, I mean, my general takeaway from PvE is, yeah, no brainer. Why not?
Suck it, Greek.
What the hell did I do?
Well, Miller has spoken. Now, you as a rank enjoyer, Miller, are you enjoying the new changes, and do you think that that rank still has a ways to go? What do you think the rank experience needs?
Sorry, I almost died.
That's fine.
That just went down wrong.
Oh, geez, are you okay? You gonna take a minute?
I'm good.
Okay,
he's used to choking.
I can't relate.
Miller's a pro.
Please. No, I do enjoy a little ranked. It's a lot of fun. I think a lot of the
a little ranked is crazy.
Well, no, I mean, like, I often hear from my community, like, oh, I don't play ranked because it's so sweaty, and it's like, I hear people crash out in quick play all the time.
Yeah.
Like they duke it out. It's crazy. And like I really feel like you get it no matter where you go. So it's like, why not? But in that same sense too, I don't go into competitive with like characters that I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I'm there to be competent and try to win for my team. Versus quick play where you can have a little more fun, but tell that to half the people in it. It's a whole thing. I mean, as far as the changes go, I appreciate a bigger ranking drop. I was a fan of it, like when they did that big rank reset change, that the reaction was kind of harsh. I would liked it. So, I mean, I like the climb. That's sort of something I appreciate. Jay and I actually just yesterday, both of us went from bronze to gold in one sitting. Pretty fun.
Yeah. I was there in the game.
Yeah. Right. I forgot he mentioned you were in the team. I just saw Jay's tweet about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went 14-1.
Yeah, that was wild. And they were like not like all like pushover games either. Like,
No, it got pretty sweaty.
Yeah, there were some of them where it was like I think one of the rounds like it was the Asgard map, and we didn't make it through the door, and we thought for sure They had like 5 minutes just to get like 3/4 of the way through the door before the final stretch into the little chamber.
Yeah, first checkpoint.
So it's like there's like 2/3 of the way through the second checkpoint, and they had like 5.5 minutes to get there. I was like, fuck, like there's no way we're getting through this. And they got probably within like that much from getting there, but we just kept pushing them back. Yeah, that was, I think, the wildest match of all of them, because I thought for sure we were fucked. Like, but yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was clutch, and yeah, we were definitely, because part of that big reset was that now, like the previous difficulty of each rank is very different, because where everyone is placed now, top 500 is basically GM now for until the season advanced along. So we were playing we were playing Celestials, we were playing GM players on the way up, and it was definitely sweaty. I feel bad for people solo queuing on the first day, because it's legitimately a coin toss. Like we were able to do that because we had like 4 people coordinating.
Well, I did mine solo queue.
Oh,
I went 17-7, and let me tell you, some of those losses, 2 of them in particular, like, I don't know what it is now, but this has now happened to me 3 times, where someone on my teammate has a major technical issue. And I don't mean they disconnect, there goes my Wi-Fi, because of course that happens all the time too. Oh no, I'm talking my shift key stopped working.
Oh.
Yep. That happened to me twice now. Oh, teammate, my shift key doesn't work. And then one of them, this person was stuck in spawn, and I guess they were in a duo queue, because the person that they were with starts saying in chat, their monitor went black.
Oh no. Well, they just everything at you.
It's like, well, then disconnect. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like cancel the game for everyone then. Don't just sit there. Like, you're just looking at a black screen. What are you doing? And I feel like I've had very bad luck with that. Every time I hear people say like, oh, you end up with dog shit teammates, blah, 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 blah. I would love that. I would love to be with bad people. I'm with good people who randomly break things, apparently.
I count myself lucky. I haven't had too many technical issues with the game, though. During our run on one of the Wakanda maps, there was a point where I was on Rocket. I was literally trapped inside the railing on top of the first point. Like I literally couldn't move. I couldn't dash out of it. So I had to heal bot myself and then shoot the environment to get myself free. It was so weird. It was so weird.
Somebody was joking around with in my community the other day about Kitty Pryde, and I was saying, God, she'd be so great if you get stuck in a wall, she can come get you.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. We didn't have our bad luck was not nearly like yours. We overall had pretty good fortune. Our randoms were bad. Don't get me wrong, but not so bad. Like occasionally we had some really good ones, and we were able to carry games by just making timely adjustments. But I don't know what it is. Like I've seen some other people point this out, so I'm not even on the island here. But it feels like support in general this season has gotten like substantially worse than it was last season. Like I know people always complained about heals or whatever. That's the meme. But it feels like it's actually much worse this season. Like people either don't want to play support or just thoroughly don't know what they're doing. Like even like basic stuff. Like it's weird.
Oh, it's hard for me to say. I've had some good support so far this season. I've had some like, I cannot believe I survived that. Like, good job healers in the chat. Yeah. But I mean, it's tough. Like, it does get really toxic in like VC and stuff. And and I try and keep comms on for content, no matter how bad it gets,
Yeah.
because it's always sort of dramatic and funny in a way. But I find that's one of the reasons I love actually playing Vanguard, is because it's always either the DPS or the supports that are the first to get shit on.
Yeah.
Like GG no heals, like end of round 1, or like mama, where are the kills? You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
I'm always the last to get like complaints, so I just math it off mostly.
And it makes sense because so many people are so bad that they don't realize that tank is the most important role in the game.
Well, the thing that gets, and I've been going through, like, I can't believe I'm still going through this, but I remember when the game started, it was like, okay, you don't know the game that well yet. Like, everybody, right? Okay. But at this point, like, if you're getting dove and you got a Penny Parker in midline with a whole nest set up, you're in the back healing, you get dove, go into the nest. Go
Please.
into it. Don't back up. Where you going? Nobody's back there. You're alone.
Bro,
You can take that 1v1.
Bro, I had a classic example of this. I had swapped a cloak and dagger that game, and we were on the new map, and we had a Luna who was incredibly clueless at the character. Like at one point we got dove by an Iron Fist, and because I was on cloak and dagger, when I saw Iron Fist I laughed because he sucks against cloak and dagger because he can't actually kill you inside of your healing bubble. But our Luna didn't know that, so she literally runs away from the entire team, backing up ice, and just isolates herself against Iron Fist. So I have to turn all the way around and heal bot the Luna while hitting Iron Fist in the back, and it is like a classic example of supports that are just don't understand what they're doing, because if I hadn't done anything, they would probably be like, no one's helping me with dives, and it's like you're literally 30 meters away from the entire team.
Mhm.
like what are you doing? Run towards us. Heal each other. How about supports? Here's a secret that most support players don't seem to know. Support is such an overpowered role in this game. If you just heal each other, you can pretty much live through almost everything. Like legitimately, I literally saw a game where a Storm tried to just focus their entire ultimate on a cloak and dagger and a Sue, and just dropped the ult right on top of them. The cloak dropped, the dagger dropped the healing bubble, and then they just healed each other and completely took no damage
That's so
from
funny.
the storm ult. The entire storm ult, like the entire duration of it, it did nothing. It did no damage because they just healed each other. That's all you have to do most of the time. Like just heal each other. But when a dive happens, usually the healers start panicking, or if they even notice it at all, and are just dead and just like, no one's peeling for me.
It's funny. Like, I really don't feel like I end up complaining too often when I get isolated, or I put myself in some positions like that sometimes. But like, because everybody knows I play very aggressive. But like, yeah, it is weird when people don't know what they're doing. Like, especially when you're in ranked. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of ranked personally. I feel like, and it's too,
Quick play God.
Yeah, exactly. I would rather play quick play because there's no limit to who I can play with. Number one, when I play ranked, I know that automatically means that anybody on PC can't play with me.
Mhm.
And I hate that. I understand why it exists, but like I hate not having the option to play with who I want to. And then for other purposes, like once that gap gets there between where your rank is and your friends, like there's a chance you just can't play with the people you want to anymore, and that you get stuck doing these like solo queues or whatever. And I would suck at that because I do not have voice chat on ever.
Yeah, you gotta calm. You gotta.
Yeah. So it's like I hate. I'm like, this is why God created Discord, and but I don't know, but like one thing I've noticed a lot, I don't know, like for you guys that stream, I've noticed like the backseat gaming this season has been like insane.
You read chat?
Yeah,
There's
like
your first
imagine
mistake.
reading chat.
yeah, well, I do read chat. I like do my best to keep up with it, and like the amount of people that are coming in, like acting like I'm playing my first game in the history of video games, is like wow.
It's actually always been a thing with this game. Like I watch
Really?
I watch a lot of the top streamers and like the top ranked players, and like literally like some of I will literally will watch a stream where it's like literally the rank 1 or top like a top 5 player is playing, and somebody in chat will try to backseat them. It's like what?
Wow.
It's like bro, you're Bron. Shut up.
Everyone has an opinion.
And you know what's funny? There was, I don't remember specifically what it was, but like somebody said something to me last night about like, oh, don't you? I said it, and you guys kind of laughed at it too. I don't remember. I wish I remember.
I think it was about your ult usage. Like
yeah,
like it was like
10 seconds before the match ended, and we were winning it was only like
you
were winning the fight.
We were winning the fight. Yeah, we were winning the fight. It was like 10-15 seconds left, and he used his cloak and dagger ultimate, which has like a 10-second duration.
yeah, and I'm like, no, that was the perfect time to do it. Shut up. And that's what made me think about it too, is because like it just feels like these people are just like, I don't know, man. I don't experience a lot of backseat gaming. I mean, except for Sadot.
Yes, I love backseat.
It's either going to be Sadot or Manny in my chat, like, and both of them, I just assume they're being condescending.
Yes,
so,
I'm intentionally trying to be condescending. I can't speak for Manny.
So yeah, but anyway, I just I don't know. That's an observation I've had. Maybe it's
haven't gotten a lot of that, but I have noticed this season people coming into my chat and being like, I can't believe you degenerates play this gooning game. I've gotten that like 4 times so far this season. I'm like, where did you guys come from? But what I love doing is when someone does something like that to you, there's like websites where you can put in someone's Twitch account and see what accounts they follow.
Mm.
And so you're just like, okay, well, let's see who you're watching if you're so great.
Yeah.
And the answer is never good. It's
never. I'm sure. Yeah.
This whole gooning thing is just hilarious because it's like it's just, if y'all read comics, y'all would understand that this gooning could quite literally get so much worse. What we're getting is very tame. It's very tame compared to what we have right now.
The game.
Shit. They didn't even like as much as people were going crazy over the Malice skin. That's like the tame version of the Malice skin.
Extremely tame.
It is funny seeing those types. I actually love what the devs did in response to that. Not only did they add Emma Frost and make her Hall of Fame goon skin, but they actually buffed the butt cheeks of the male characters as well,
and the bulges.
Giving them so they're doubling and tripling down on the gooning.
You know, it's wild. I don't know where this came from or why I suddenly had it, but let me present this. I never thought, like, this video it's a month old, so
Jim Lee gave what a boner is crazy. Did not have that on my bingo card.
So like this is a month ago, which means that this video is probably recorded way before. I never thought there would be a day where there was actually somebody that cosplayed as Malice.
Did you see the Jessica Nigiri cosplayed as
yeah, man,
X Revolution Emma? It's cinema.
I have met her though.
J Flex.
That's nice.
Yeah.
The casual J Flex.
Casual J Flex.
When she was doing she did something with a game, Lollipop Chainsaw.
James Gunn's game.
Yeah, so like she at PAX East one year cosplayed as that character. Hold on, I think I have a picture of it. I'll find it. You guys continue.
While Jay's doing that, much more.
While I'm doing the Lord's work,
I'm doing the actual Lord's work here to give you guys a proper reference.
Oh, I know your search history is crazy.
This
damn.
this is
Yeah.
Jessica Niggery did a cosplay of Sue Storm of Emma Frost's new outfit and
Wrong white woman.
Jesus.
I think that was I think it's comic accurate. Comic accurate cosplay. I mean, I'm sure there were a lot of people, those same people in Miller's chat are raging at about Jessica promoting this Gooner skin, but that's the key. When they've made tons of money, so obviously it's a successful business model. You see kind of the residuals. You have top cosplayers like Jessica cosplaying your characters. That's kind of a sign that you're doing something right with your character designs when you have big cosplayers wanting to look like your characters. I don't recall too much Concord cosplay, so I think NetEase is right, kind of ignoring the anti-Gooner thing. That's probably because I gotta understand where the sentiment is coming from. Some people, like, they kind of associate Gooners with the kind of the anti-woke side of the internet, and there's definitely some overlap there, but I think the earliest secret is that most gamers are extremely horny, and they don't actually even care about the political side of things. They just want to goon.
All of the anti-woke guys are gooners, but not all of the gooners are anti-woke guys.
Exactly.
Make no mistake.
Exactly. I feel like I think that's why they lean so much into the gooning thing, because I think if they made it about politics mostly, like, they would have like a fraction of the audience. Like if more games just like this is a cheat code for any developers. Make whatever political stuff you want, put as much DEI, do all that stuff. Just make the game horny. like you can have the main plot of the game being shooting Trump in the face. You can have all the diverse characters you want. Just make everyone hot, and just have good skins, and people, not only will people buy it, but the anti-woke people, those grifters, their audiences will turn against them.
I don't really care about those things personally. Like, if they didn't put that skin for Emma in the game, I really wouldn't have cared. I'll be honest, I would love it if
he's more of a power girl kind of guy.
Yeah, well, I mean, if they did like her Phoenix 5 costume, that'd be sick. But
that would be the raciest costume we would have gotten so far.
Yeah.
But like, I don't see the point of like people that get upset about this thing, because like they want a lot of things that people get upset about, and they have to deal with it and like eat shit on it. So like, why are you just instantly going to do the same thing? You know what I mean? It's a little bit hypocritical to me. I don't care. Like, I bought the skins because I thought it was funny. Right? I don't actually use Malice. I actually use the secondary the blue traditional Fantastic Four skin for Sue. I love those ones. Like, so like, but like, I'll use Malice every once in a while. And I actually like the blue Emma skin too, a little bit more than the X whatever one, but I'll wear it. So it's like, yeah, I mean, I think that's what it comes down to, Captain. Yeah, there are gonna be. I just don't get it. Like, who cares? Like, okay.
Well,
so,
I think if you really break it down, it's just tribalism, and it's just one vector of attack that you can take against it. So it's like, if I love some other game, I think Marvel Rivals is eating its lunch. Well, guess what? The gooning is what I'm going to pick. Yep, the gooning. The gooning's the problem. Oh, this gooner game. You know what I mean? And then next season, God knows it'll be whatever thing people are complaining about, and suddenly the gooning's not a problem. Like it's really just tribalism. It's one of the unfortunate side effects of being at the top.
But
Yeah.
I also think that like, so there's like, I don't know if it's 100% true, but like the butts being changed on the male characters.
Okay, I just want to point out really quick, it was never like big, like okay to big or like big to bigger. It was like pancake to human. Like
Yeah.
I got to make that clear. Like there was one skin in particular that they like buffed. It just now looks like a frankly modest human's butt, whereas before it looked like downright memey, just complete flat.
Except for Venom, he's always been caked up.
but even if even if like, so all right, let's say, oh, we'll just goon up the male butts, okay? Who cares? Like, what does it even matter? Like,
We're actually
we're
getting a thong Ben Grimm for the summer, and I can't wait.
I mean, the only thing I want less than that is a thong Deadpool. So
Well,
but
fingers crossed.
well, I guess I'll take any skin for Deadpool. But I would actually believe that they would do a Deadpool skin where he's just like in his boxers.
100.
Because it's very Deadpool.
Yeah.
And I would buy it.
I know one skin that we are going to be getting, and Miller told me this in private. We're going to be getting Eddie. We're going to be getting an Eddie Brock bathing suit skin. It's not going to be Venom.
Oh, are we?
It's just going to be Eddie swinging around.
That would be good though.
Eddie Brock. I think that they should absolutely kind of lean into this. Have keep doing the Gooner skins for the women, and also have like Gooner skins targeting the gays and the women as well. Like equal opportunity gooning.
I love a little fan service. You got to put in a little man service too. Balance it out.
Exactly. That's I've always been like a very like if your game's going to be horny, make it horny for everybody. Like I don't care. Like, and because all those people, like without exception, every time I see one of those people go on social media and complain about why do they have to do this to the female characters, without exception, someone goes to their history and sees them gooning over a male skin in the game. In the game. Yeah. Like I saw one woman was like, it's so disgusting how they sexualize the female characters, and literally had a tweet where they were practically gooning over the MCU Namor.
The other half of that is understandable, because it's like, it's at first glance it might look like that, but it's not that they're upset that the women are getting Goonie skins. They're upset that the men are getting them as well. Like, the women are getting them. Good for them. We love to see them showing off. I do the same thing for the men. That's all we want. And that side is completely understandable.
Yeah, but the problem is that's not going to make the complaints go away, because there are definitely just people who are just hypocritical. Like they only want the stuff for them. They don't want any attractive women's skins. Like, they don't want them all.
I mean, sure, of course there are reactionary voices just sort of rage baiting for clicks, no matter what the issue is. But it really doesn't change the fact that, like, take it out, sir. Let's go. We're ready. We're ready. Here's your money. That sounds bad. I meant that in a PG way.
He's talking about the thong Wolverine skin that's coming. which I think actually is. I think they're going to go crazy with the summer stuff. I think they're going to expand on it, and I'm definitely expecting some bathing suit characters.
I mean, the Avengers community remembers Thor's hammer very well.
Yes, they
do. That was quite a month, and then the whole horny Captain America thing.
Like, yeah, when they actually gave him abs instead of the dab. Yeah, that was definitely a moment.
Even the Black Widow suit got a lot of traction.
Oh yeah, definitely. Funny enough, my most viewed video on the channel is a short where I'm using the one of the capeless Jane Foster skins and just doing the interaction where she talks to Tony and he tries to ask her out. 2 million views.
Wow.
Because they just love looking at Jane Foster walking toward Tony. In that game. So say what you will about the Avengers, but they had their moments when it came to the horniness. They kind of figured they kind of look too little, too late, but they started getting kind of into it towards the end, like giving people stuff they actually wanted.
Well, I find actually that's in the same way that you can look at it and be like, oh, we all learned these lessons, like, whatever, in terms of the development side of it. I keep looking at that now on the content side of like, oh, yes, I have to remember that did very well back then with this thing. And there's the blueprint, Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff can. Funny enough, I'm still seeing Avengers like content, like even as soon as because I was doing some research and I saw like pop up in my feed. Someone was doing like replays of the Avengers content just on PS5 Pro, and it was just getting hundreds of thousands of views. I was just
yeah.
It's like there's something about Avengers, like it still has a hold on people.
Poor game.
Or it deserves so much better. I genuinely hope that we get another attempt at an Avengers game in the next 5 years or so. Obviously, there was a rumor to indicating something of the sort, but in general, I think if Marvel has taught us anything, is that there is still a large market, very large untapped market for multiplayer superhero games.
We were talking about PvE earlier, and this is something I thought about. I think I've said this before, but not with Miller and Greek here. I thought about this with multiverses. Back last year, I think it was like during the NHL All-Star game or something, they did this thing where they had multiverses characters, like they had like a cartoon version of the ring.
Yeah. I got a hit tweet out of that.
Yeah, and I thought that they were adding a hockey mode to multiverses, and I misread it wrong, and I got a DM saying, Jay, I think you read that wrong. But I thought about it. I'm like, that's what they should have done. Multiverses. They could have made it like a hub where it was kind of like a party game, like a Mario Party, where you had the fighting game part, but then you had the kart racer, which apparently they were working on. And then you have like this little hockey mode and NBA Jam mode and stuff like that. But like, I kind of look at PvE and Marvel Rivals that way right now. I was just kind of thinking about it as you guys were saying that. Like, I would love it if they had, like, we're talking about, oh, we need another Avengers game. Well, what about another Ultimate Alliance game or another like Marvel Heroes game? And you can kind of do that by tying it in with Marvel Rivals and having it so that like they kind of cross over. You know what I mean?
Well, have you spent much time in Overwatch? They have like a whole UGC push now. It's pretty modest. It's not like quite Fortnite or anything.
Right.
But like there's some interesting ideas there, and it's got like enough of a framework that you could do interesting things. Right. I would love to see like a full UGC push on Rivals.
Yeah,
that would change everything.
So like, yeah, I completely see like the Fortnite is an obvious example where you can do so much. You know, they give you the tools to make it and everything. But like, I feel like there's a world where like that could exist. You know what I mean? It's like basically using the assets you've already created, and sure, maybe you have like another studio within NetEase or whatever working on it and finding a way to blend them together so that it's not just, oh, you can go practice versus AI, you can do ranked, you can do this, but there's also this like I Ultimate Alliance style or Marvel Heroes style game that incorporates all the assets that are already there, that is your PvE, and you can possibly have your like Avengers style team up game.
I think they definitely have. I think they're definitely getting there in terms of like the popular. Obviously, NetEase is a huge company with a lot of resources, and they've been consolidating. So it's definitely something they could do. And if Rivals continues, to have this level of popularity, I can definitely see them expanding like into doing stuff like that. I mean, they indicated in the Dev Vision video that they had, big plans in terms of game modes, new games modes and stuff they've been testing that they're going to roll out later on. And I got to imagine like at some point it's going to be like, so more thorough, more than just like a clone rumble or doom match. Like they got to see, they know the PvE requests are there. They know they're tapped in. They know what's going on. So I think they definitely have some big stuff in the works for sure. I think they are going to surprise us. I would imagine it'd be something they were maybe reveal at the end of the year or so. But yeah, I think there's huge potential for Rivals. I think it'll really take off because it's already comparable to Fortnite. Like crazy enough as it is.
Four times the charm, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh
yeah. There's some stuff in the works right now for Rivals that's truly, honestly ridiculous. Stuff that I never like. I really believed from day zero in the concept of Rivals in terms of like the genre, the developer, the IP, the mix there. I thought that had the sauce from the beginning, but never in my wildest dreams did I see some of the things that they're working on right now even being possible. Like it's really something. I can't. I mean, it's seismic, so I couldn't even. I would get shot out of a cannon if I teased it.
Believe me, I know how that goes.
Yeah.
Like Sadot was like one of maybe two people I ever told about that Justice League Dark game that WB Games Montreal was working on. That was, I think, positioned as a Constantine game. I knew about that for a very long time, but it was something where like the fact that I knew about it would get back to like a specific person, and I did not want to even ever chance that.
Right,
So,
for a few reasons.
And I saw that for like 2 years. I think I told Sai about that like 2 years ago.
Yep, sat on it the whole time.
And that is why I know I can trust Sadot.
Yep, it took Jason Schreier to break this.
Yep. So trust me, I understand like the pains and pressure that can be, you know?
Yeah, it's weird being on that side of the fence. It's different.
Look at you guys and all your fancy connections.
I mean, it's not all it's cracked up to be. Like, it's a little like a tree falls in the forest kind of situation. You know, it's like it doesn't get to you any faster. You just know about it and you can't talk about it.
Yeah,
exactly. The real benefit is when you actually know about something early and you get to play it.
Right.
That's the sweet spot.
I'll tell you, the big benefit for me has been like knowing to triple down. You know what I mean? Like knowing the future and like what that holds for this title for me and my content and my career. It's just sort of cemented my position here and my desire to be here and to be a figurehead in this community.
I don't even know what Miller knows. I just been reading the tea leaves. You know, I looked at as soon as I saw the game, I covered this game since before it was like officially revealed because Curiosas technically leaked the existence of the game. But as soon as I saw the first gameplay trailer, I knew I was all in. I was like, there's something here. Even if it's PvP, I know there's something here. And seeing how it's evolved, I see the vision. I see the vision. I know I can see kind of where the devs are going. Like everyone's making the Overwatch comparisons. I know the potential and I know how smart these the people involved are. So I've definitely been kind of locking in with Rivals no matter what, getting my audience more and more accustomed to it because I know like I'm never going to have the PvP Overwatch audience type of audience for like hero shooters, you know, but I know that Rivals is going to keep growing and just kind of being positioned where I am is going to definitely pay off because I know in my heart they're doing PvE. I know my heart's coming, and when it does, it's going up.
Honestly, like we're gonna be playing this game in 7 years, you know, like so. Yeah, buckle up.
Of it. Like I was like, this is definitely a game that has staying power. Like I'm looking at the numbers and I'm like, okay, usually like big, a lot of live service games, they start tapering off significantly, or they do something really stupid and run right off, like like Helldivers. And Rivals has just avoided all of that, and I think this season 2 was like a kind of a good test because they lead with like a character that isn't, definitely isn't on the level of popularity of the Fantastic Four. It's not Blade, which a lot of people were expecting, and they still managed to have like a huge impact across social media and everywhere else. Their numbers are still extremely strong. I think it's just going to go up from here, especially when they start adding more A-listers. Yeah, Travis, you have no taste. I don't care. Player numbers going down a little bit, and that's the thing. Like going down a little bit for Rivals has been like going from, like I think the peak was like 600,000, 640,000. Then it's kind of settled around 300,000. It went from that to like 170,000, 150,000.
But even then, too, like it's on PC. You know what I mean? Like
it's just PC.
Like I most of the personal friends that I know are playing this game on consoles.
Yeah.
It's always surprising to me when pardon?
So come to console with us.
Oh no, thank you. Although the whole PlayStation thing, I'm like, oh shit, should I try something? But I don't know. I don't think until cross progression gets figured out will I make the plunge. But I will at that point, I think.
Speaking of consoles, just a little segue. We can get back. Couple big things that are just coming out today. Apparently, Nintendo has already imported 750,000 Switch 2s into the US already. So like they already have almost 1 million units like in country.
I heard about that. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
And apparently PlayStation announced today increases to console prices in a number of key markets like Europe and Australia.
I mean, tariff's going to tariff.
I thought that was only a U.S. thing, but apparently not.
No. The weird, like the tariff situation is like kind of hard to keep track of. Partly because even the administration doesn't know what the fuck they're doing,
right?
Which is kind of a big part of the problem. But yeah, definitely expect hardware prices, just prices in general, to go up, but particularly in terms of the electronics side of things. That's why the Switch 2 had to delay pre-orders for US, because they have to kind of reevaluate how they're going to price it. Once they kind of get a clearer understanding of what exactly the situation is going to be.
Yeah, like listen, I don't want to pay more for video games, but the reality is everything else has gone up with inflation, and these games are costing more to make than ever. Like, so I understand that the initial reaction, like when Nintendo's like, oh, well, these games are going to be $90 now or $80 now, is like, oh, wait. And I get it. Like, I don't want to pay that extra $10 either. But like, you look at how many studios shut down on like literally a monthly basis. Okay. And yes, there's probably stuff they can do to fix that. But like, the game costs are not like going up with the cost of making the game. And I can't wait for this case study and what Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to do to the gaming industry.
I think that's going to actually make this Switch situation look even more kind of egregious, because I think the bigger problem wasn't just that the prices, the sticker shock of the price. It's the fact that this was the pricing for fucking Switch games. Like, what are we talking about?
Well, it's not even just that. I mean, like, I feel like everybody just swallowed the pill of the $70 price tag. You know what I mean? Like, that was, what was it, the last year that I think it sort of became the standard?
Like with the launch of PS5 and Series
X. It started in 2020. Like Sony Series X started kind of the standard of $70. Since then you have $70, but you also have $40 games, $60 games. But generally, if you get a brand new AAA or quadruple A game, the standard is going to be 70. Unless it's like a smaller game or anything like that, and then it'll go up from there with the deluxe versions, and people were kind of growing accustomed to that.
That's exactly it too. I mean,
sure.
a lot of the arguments around game pricing are really reductive because could games have cost more at a certain time? Sure. But then you had manufacturing costs of cartridges and that absorbed the distribution costs of physical copies that you don't have in a digital marketplace. Like the profit margin on a digital copy of a game is huge compared to what it was back in the day. And that's before the season pass, the deluxe edition, you know what I mean? Like
DLC.
Yeah, it's a much more complicated situation than inflation and games cost more to make now, because in a lot of ways games cost more to just at face value, games cost infinitely more to distribute back then. So I mean
I think it's a combination of because there are clearly companies that are just doing it out of greed, because we've seen AAA games that come in extremely high quality, do very well, and are kind of at a fraction of what other games are cost. So it's the development costs for certain places are more inflated than they need to be, because a lot of these companies are getting excessively bloated, and then there's also kind of issue of the quality. I don't think anyone would have complained about paying $90 for Baldur's Gate 3 or Elden Ring or GTA 6 for that matter. Because,
but I mean, would Baldur's Gate 3 have sold as much at that price point?
I think it would have.
Really? I mean, at the end of the day, the correct price there's no one size fits all. The correct price for a game.
Yeah, I think the word of mouth would have carried it. But I think if Rockstar came in and said the standard price of GTA 6 is $100 or $90, it would not affect the sales in any meaningful way.
Nope. That's what I kind of expect it to be. I actually think it could be 120.
And people would gladly pay it because
hello.
Yep.
You're back.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Real quick, guys. I do have to buy out. I do got to buy out.
He has some D&D to play, literally.
Bye, Greek.
See everybody.
Subscribe everybody.
Subscribe to Kingreek because he's awesome.
Subscribe to Miller. Subscribe to Jess. Subscribe to Sadot. Go buy some do-rags because he gets a 10% kickback on every do-rag that's bought in the world.
I wish. Links are in the description. Thank you as always, Kingreek. Let's play some more rank sometime.
Possibly later tonight if you're not too tired.
All right.
See you guys.
Yeah, before I cut off, I was just saying the correct price for any game, because there's no one size fits all solution, is what the most people are willing to pay for it. Exactly. And that's how you get Repo going crazy viral at $20. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if a game doesn't sell well, maybe it was the price point. I think that's a bigger factor than most people consider.
For sure. I think one of the reasons, because a lot of people were confused as to why the Dead Space remake didn't sell more copies. It's on paper, okay, you have a remake of a beloved franchise. It's extremely high quality, one of the best looking games of the new generation, great reviews, and everyone said it was great, it looked incredible, and it didn't sell that well, and it caused EA to scrap the plans for expansions on it. And I think one of the few things that I saw people kind of come up with is maybe it was the price people were expecting, people were hoping would be cheaper, considering it's a remake. So yeah, it's definitely true that price point can definitely have a huge impact, because Marathon, we're seeing Jay, I saw Jay put his bid in to get in on the action. I was one of the people who saw Marathon at the PlayStation Showcase and just wasn't impressed. I played a little bit of Destiny. I kind of saw the appeal, didn't stick with it, because I wasn't trying to, spend $500 to get caught up on the story. But I was looking at Marathon. I was going to stream, but I got busy with more important stuff, and just ended up watching the coverage after the fact. And I saw the cinematic trailer, absolute masterpiece. It was like a short film, and then I saw the actual game, and I saw the difference in reaction to the and it was literally like Concord all over again, where people had a generally good impression before, and then as soon as the gameplay hit, they're like, oh no. And then more info came out, and we were finding out it's not only is it a PvP only extraction shooter, it's $40. It's coming out the same day as Borderlands 4, and it's only going to have 6 characters, like 3 maps in one game mode, with a full price battle, with a battle pass and a cash out.
I don't know if you said this, but it's retailing for $40.
Yeah. So I mentioned that.
I didn't know if I missed you say that or not.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, that's to say, like, right, like the vibes are already bad, and now people are looking at that price point now, and that's going to be a big talking point. Whereas you'll see a lot of these big, these kind of indie type games blow up through word of mouth, and they typically are like $20 to $30, like your Power World or Schedule One.
Yeah, like a game isn't like a bag or like a shoe or something where there's these manufacturing costs associated with the one, and you have to recoup that. Like, I mean, to a certain extent, I just mean like, when the market has gotten so much bigger than it was 20 years ago, you're making so much more because you're selling so many more copies with that bigger profit margin. Like,
and I think the mistake a lot, in particular, Ubisoft has made is that they thought that because of the explosion of gaming, they needed to, in accordance with that, explode the size of their company, which has never been proven to be effective at making better games. You don't make a great game by having more people working on it. You don't need 1,000 people to make a great game. The more people, like, there's actually a very specific cutoff point where once you pass that, everything just starts getting worse. Like, you don't want it to be in too many hands. You don't need too many cooks in the kitchen. Like, there's a reason for these things. You don't need there's no reason for Ubisoft to have 20,000 employees. Like, that's insane. It doesn't make any sense. Like, and we've seen it has not, because they've lost 85% of their value over 5 years. It has not made them better at making games. It's not made them more money. It's just made it so that all their games have more pressure on them because they have such an insane amount of overhead, not from the game itself, just from the infrastructure they built to produce more games. It's crazy.
Sorry, I'm having tech issues.
Oh, you're all good. I also look at, there's another aspect of it that, and you know how much I'm not like the biggest fan of oh god, why can't I think of the name of the game? Helldivers.
Yeah.
Right. Like dude, it's been a long day. I look at the way that community reacts anytime they try to sell anything, and like, you also can put yourself behind the 8 ball when you price things a certain way. Like, this is a $40 game and they gave us all this stuff, but like, wait, now you're trying to charge me for it? Like the Killzone weapons or whatever they had, and it's like, well, why can't, like, why can't they? Like, you just said they're always really good to you. Why does everything have to be free? Like, why can't you, like, I don't know, buy stuff that they put in their store? Like, I don't know. It's like a weird dynamic with gamers because, like, they never want to spend money on anything. And I know the free-to-play game has kind of, like, brought that in here a lot more. But I don't know. It's like, look, we all want stuff for free. We want to play games for free. We want games to be as cheap as possible. And I get that. But, like, I feel like not enough people are willing to understand that in order to get more, you have to, like, there's cost associated for it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I don't even make content for Helldivers, but whenever they have a new war bond, I have no problem just giving them the $10 as long as the game's still good.
And that's the thing. It's like we're talking about $10. Okay, if you're crying over $10 for a video game, maybe you need a different hobby.
Yeah, you're 100% right.
The market will speak for itself. You know, like Nintendo's spent a long time building up the kind of relationship with their consumers where they are expecting to pay full price, and they do. And the games sell millions and millions of copies, and in many cases are the biggest of the generation.
Yep.
And very rarely go on sale.
Yep.
That's precisely my point. Yeah, that's just the sort of price that their consumers are expecting. But I mean, the market will really tell Nintendo if they've pushed it too far this time. And it's happened before, and Nintendo's had to come out with their tail between their legs. Like with the 3DS price point at launch, they ended up walking that back, I think like 6 months or a year later, did like a huge price cut and gave everybody that paid the original price like a bunch of free games and stuff. Like it's happened before that they've majorly misread the room.
I don't think this is one of those cases. I think people are absolutely going to.
You think?
I think there's going to be. I think people are bitching for content. I think as soon as I saw, I knew immediately. As soon as I saw all the people bitching that as soon as we got sales numbers, they were going to be insane. And sure enough, completely sold out wherever they were available. Like I have no doubt that it's going to be perfectly fine. Like it's Nintendo. People are going to pay it. It doesn't matter.
Yep. I mean, Switch 2's going to sell it instantly. I remember what game? Shit. I happened to be in New York City. I think I was in New York City with was it when I went for Redfall and I was with Johnny Rocker? We went to the Nintendo store. Oh no, you know what? It was Pokemon. It was Pokemon Go Fest. Okay. There was a game that came out that day. It might have been one of the Zelda games. And the line to get into, we drove by the Nintendo store because we were going to go in. And the line to get into the Nintendo store was like all the way like down like 10 blocks. Like it was insane. And like Nintendo fans are like super passionate. And they just kind of like, this is what it is. This is what I want. And I don't, I think in the grand scheme of things, like people are like taken aback by the Switch price. And it was more expensive than I thought it would be, but like, I don't actually have a problem with that price. Like it's a handheld console at the end of the day. And you look at what a lot of these like Rogue Allies and Steam Decks and whatever, what they're going for. Is it that? Maybe not totally, but it has the whole like ecosystem of Nintendo at its disposal, and it's the only way you can get it. And I do feel like I don't use my Switch that much as a like mobile unit, but like when I've done some of my trips, I always bring it with me, and I maybe play it a little bit in the hotel room or something. And I get it. I understand. Like the one time my wife ever drove anywhere for us, we drove down. It was like to her family's house, like an hour and a half away. And I'm like, well, I'm not driving, so I'm bringing my Switch. And I played Switch the whole way. And like, I get it, Yeah. And I think that's why I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's just this constant thing where like whenever something is a little bit more than what it used to be, it's like, whoa, what is going on?
Yeah, there's always going to be a knee-jerk reaction.
I think the thing in this specific scenario is that's never been Nintendo. You know what I mean? Like they've never been the ones to push that envelope. Like I can think of many generations where Nintendo flopped for any number of reasons.
Yeah.
I've seen them at the bottom of the market, but I've never seen them being the ones that have gotten people like a big sticker shock.
Well, but I mean, maybe not like initially out the gate, but like when you think about the fact that like, 3 years later, if you want to go like, or actually many years later, if you want to go into a Best Buy, well, maybe not Best Buy, but like a Target or a Walmart and try to get like Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, you're paying full price still,
right?
And that's like 4 Pokemon games ago.
Oh yeah, no, but that's the thing. It's never been Nintendo with a new high price point. Like they've followed the leader. They've been like, oh, us too. We would like the extra $10, please.
Yeah.
But
I legitimately think it's the tariffs. Like I think a lot of it is like the tariffs situation and like kind of the positioning of the Switch too, because like we didn't get like anything new from Xbox. You know, we already had the PS5 Pro unveiling, so it's like it'll be a while before we get the next console or major reveal. So Nintendo's kind of in this position where we're dropping a new console and no one else is dropping their consoles, but this is the market, like as we see it.
And I think Miller will appreciate this. It's also funny watching the difference between like console gamers and PC gamers, because like a console gamer is like, well, I just paid $500 for my PS5. It's only been 4 years. Why are we even talking about a PS5 Pro? And then there's the PC players like, oh, 5090's out. I just got the 4090 like a year ago. Yep, let's do it.
yeah, I just spent $5,000 on my computer.
Oh, trust me, I know how that goes.
And I'm very happy I did, because let me tell you, I could now resell just my graphics card for more than I like spent on my entire rig.
I heard you say that in your stream, and it's interesting. I have a 3080.
Well, they discontinued the entire like 4000 series.
Oh wow!
When they introduced the 5000, and the 4090 is just below, like it's above everything in the 5000 series except for the 5090. And the 5090 seems to have like a melting problem at the moment. So the 4090 has suddenly become very desirable.
Interesting.
But they ain't making anymore.
Huh.
So it's a whole thing.
That seems pretty quick, because they still make like the 3080 and 90, right?
Yeah, they are like budget options. I believe the 3000 series is still getting made.
It was brand new when I got it. Okay.
And here I am sitting here after paying $700 for my PS5 Pro.
Hey, I mean, all power to you. But I'll tell you, I'm Canadian, so I'm used to hinky prices.
Oh,
like,
I will say, man, we have a micro center near us. Like it's in Boston. It's like an hour away, and I'm very thankful for that place because I mean, my PC is like right here, and I just had, I don't know anything about this stuff, and I just had them build it. And then when something went wrong, I brought it there, and they were like, oh, yeah, this is it. And I bought the 3-year warranty on it. It's expired now, but after having 2 SSDs crash, it was definitely nice to not have to worry about anything involved with any of that, and them just fixing it. But then my CPU died recently.
Oh,
yeah, and I had to go in. I had to get like some new stuff, and it's nice to just be able to bring it to them and like them say, this is what's wrong.
Yeah, it's like a car, you're either an enthusiast and you can open up the hood and do it yourself, or you're taking it to the mechanic.
Yeah, and then we just kind of reinvested a lot more into it, because I got new DDR5 64 gigs of RAM there.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you can maybe tell me. I told them I was not going back. They kept trying to sell me something backwards on my GPU. I now have a Ryzen 7 9800X 3D.
Okay.
Am I doing all right there?
Oh, wait, for your CPU?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a damn good CPU.
Nerd.
Yeah, like the AMD like X3D, whenever they do one of those in like their current line of CPUs, that's the one you want for gaming purposes.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know. I don't know a lot. I should know way more about this stuff than I do, but it's always a little boring to me. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even then I'm like super casual. I just like watch like Gamers Nexus and like Digital Foundry videos, like, oh, like I understand some of those words.
Yeah.
It's fun though. I mean,
I understand none of it.
I mean, I'm at the point where like if something goes wrong with my computer, I can fix it. Like if I don't know the actual problem, I can like figure it out pretty quick, which is good because it happens.
I swapped out my Elgato capture card, the internal, on my own. I was proud of myself.
Ooh,
aren't you fancy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I replaced the my old operating system on my like 10-year-old laptop with a Linux and Ubuntu, so I could keep using it. Got another 6 years out of it before I ended up just getting a new budget Windows PC Windows laptop for Black Friday. Just add something.
I was gonna say, speaking of taxes, yes, stuff like this is a tax write-off, so always nice. But I actually, this was like tax day is the 15th.
Yes, that's a kind of. I'm doing my taxes tomorrow.
Yeah, my wife and I did ours yesterday, and we've been married for 7 years now, and I think since day one, she's been talking about, oh, we should just file together. We should file together. And I never wanted to because I feel like my taxes are so complicated. And I just was like, listen, if I fuck up, I don't want anything to come down on you. And then this year she's like, no, we should really file it together because I'm kind of getting fucked over because I can't use any of the mortgage stuff on my taxes. And I never used to have to pay, but I've been paying too. I didn't realize that. Okay.
Oh.
I didn't realize she was also paying. And so I was like, all right, fine. This year we're going to do it together. And let me tell you, after 6 years of us both paying well over $1,000 in taxes, we got back like over $2,000.
Nice.
And I will never hear the end of this.
Yeah, because Jay's probably one of the only married people on earth that didn't realize that one of the main benefits of being married is tax stuff.
So yeah, I was like, oh man, I had all this money put aside to pay for taxes, and now I'm like, I didn't do it today, but like I was like, oh man, I can go meet Rodney Harrison, my favorite NFL player ever. It's $90 to get a picture with him. Let's go. I didn't end up doing it because we had to clean the house all day, but because I might be getting Evie a brother, and they're coming to inspect tomorrow. So everybody, happy thoughts, fingers crossed. Some of the only people I've told this.
They got it in the bag. It's not even like a.
I think so, but I don't want to count on anything. But yeah, I just couldn't believe it. That was like, we bought a new vacuum today. At one point, you probably saw me like go like that. Is because apparently the vacuum crashed, and like I was like, what the hell happened? So, and then I like, oh, the new vacuum crashed. I do not like buying adult things. Birthday was great. But yes, like a little story about my wife and how she's a penny pincher, a couponer, and all that kind of stuff. We went to a Target in Boston, and it had a parking garage where you had to pay. And we missed, like, you know, like, oh, you pay X amount for hour 1 to 2 or 0 to 2 hours, and then X amount for 2 to 3. We missed the cutoff by like, I think it was like 1 or 2 minutes, and she had to pay $1 extra to park, and she still talks about it today. So, yeah. Anyway.
Oh, lesson. Let Jay. The lesson, of course, he should be taking from this is just to shut the fuck up. Listen to your wife.
Listen, it's very rare. It's very rare.
It's not
the case.
I'm sure it's not.
But I will probably be hearing about this one forever, and I will eat all the crow. I will eat everything on that one because, damn, I did not realize that it was like.
As you should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you should celebrate all that money you saved by getting a Switch too.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm doing that anyway. So
there you go.
Like literally, I literally owe like $47 on my Best Buy card, so that's gonna be cleared out, and that's where the Switch 2 is gonna get purchased from.
Boom.
All right.
He's got
no interest financing for a year. Just give me that. Give me the. Did you see the little the piranha plant like camera?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's like actually like $20 cheaper than their brand. I'm like, I don't think I'm even gonna need this, but I'll get it.
Yeah, I'm really curious. Like, how persistent it's going to be. Like, you know what I mean? Like I
Shut its
the
mouth.
well, no, I mean for the games that like integrate the camera
Yeah.
usage, like the big Mario Party Jamboree update and stuff, like it looks fun, but I mean like it kind of reminds me of like Zelda Four Swords Adventure in that it's like there's a buy-in, you know? So are you going to be able to get that group together? And then when you do, is it just like this accessory you bought for one thing? Like, is the little mini Discord thing, like, how often are you going to use that?
Yeah.
Because we were talking about Nintendo's flops. Like, when I was a big Wii U guy, I
Oh,
loved
no.
my Wii U.
I had the Wii
Oh,
U for
no.
like 2 weeks.
Oh, and
I-
they had like voice chat on it, or like video calls on it with the camera on the gamepad, and it was like in the reveal trailer and the whole thing. I literally, and I was like, Wii U was my main console. I didn't even game on PC that generation. I love my Wii U. Let me tell you, I never used that damn thing one single time. That like video chat thing.
I never
So-
used. I think I played the Wii on like at a friend's house. I did not. I have not bought any. Legitimately, I have not bought a Nintendo product since the Nintendo 64.
Yeah, and you didn't even buy that. Your parents did, probably.
True. My mommy bought it for me.
There you go.
So I have. So I have never technically spent any money on a Nintendo on a Nintendo product.
Well,
haven't
I
turned my
fuck with a
Switch
Nintendo
on-
heavy.
I haven't turned my Switch on probably like 6 months.
I'm playing it right now. I'm like 120 something hours into Xenoblade X. Oh my god.
I don't even want to take it off of the dock because then I think it'll turn itself on. But I have like the cool I think it's Hori that made it, but they're like the little pads, the little, what do you call them? The Joy-Cons are like all Eevee and Umbreon and all the different evolutions.
No, absolutely no chance of me getting a Switch too.
I mean, I play the Pokemon games, so like, you know, obviously, what is it? X Legends ZA is coming out, so I'm gonna want to play that.
Only way I'd even consider getting a Switch 2 is if they had like, I don't know, like a DCUO 2 like exclusive or something crazy like that. I have no interest at all. But I saw Travis talk about Undefeated Genesis. I made a video about like a Superman type games earlier, and that is one of my most anticipated games coming up next year. But since we have Miller here, I can't not ask him about the tea that he may or may not be sitting on. So
with what?
So Miller, is there anything you can share with the people about any upcoming superhero games, not Marvel Rivals related?
Well, I've been speaking recently about Ultimate Alliance. I know there was that rumor going around about like, oh, the gang is back from Ultimate Alliance 3 and they're like doing another thing. And I think the rumor was that it was like vaguely based on the third one somehow, and they were unclear on that. I ended up actually hearing that from a source of mine who had like provided me material things in the past, so I knew they were legit. It's like, oh, I don't know how much Broken Telephone was involved in that, because I have since heard, no, it is not true. That Marvel Games loves the IP. They want to do something else with Ultimate Alliance, but that it's not currently happening, and that they are looking for the right partner. I think they are sort of enamored by like the idea of Ultimate Alliance 4 being, or even like an Ultimate Alliance spinoff being sort of Hades-ish. They love Hades as sort of like a direction. I think they want to do something a little different in the Ultimate Alliance series, but also they want to do like a multi-platform port of the trilogy. And so that's sort of a pet project they've had going on for a little bit, which dates back to the NVIDIA leak from years ago, where you saw a PC port of Ultimate Alliance 3 in the works. So yeah, it's something that it progresses very slowly, but I think that's the next thing you would see for Ultimate Alliance.
Like an Ultimate Alliance 3 port.
I
I mean, so yeah, you'll see Ultimate Alliance come back, likely as like some sort of trilogy multi-platform situation.
Nice. I would be fine with that. Like I'd love to play those games again. I had a lot of fun playing Ultimate Alliance 3. That was definitely one of the reasons I was glad I had a Switch. But hated that it was like. But I guess they pitched that to like Xbox and PlayStation, and they both said no. But I don't know. I feel like I always find it wild to hear that they might have any issues trying to get anyone to like license, their franchises. You know what I
Well,
mean?
it's so expensive, and
Yeah.
there's like, I mean, it's just listen, if you're like a board member at Ubisoft or something, and it's like, hey, let's do one of these two projects. We got some original IP thing, costs us a big fat zero, or we can do a Marvel one, and they've had a very mixed track record of hits and bombs, and also it costs us many millions of dollars
Yeah. No, I
to
get it.
license and years to negotiate, and we're beholden to them and their interests, and God forbid it's successful, we want to do a sequel, now they want to charge us more, and like that yeah. I mean, if you think about Marvel and their philosophy towards the X-Men back when Fox had the film rights,
Right.
Yeah.
and their philosophy of like, we're taking care of someone else's kids if we are promoting this IP that we don't fully own. It's really sort of a similar situation with big game publishers and the Marvel IP. More often than not, if they can work out some sort of sweetheart deal, I think the Insomniac leak probably blew the lid open on that, because
Yeah.
everybody sees the terms that they got.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I love working with Marvel games. I think they're geniuses. But I think in terms of like from the perspective of a fan, I think that transparency has piqued the interest of a lot of publishers and has probably helped more Marvel games come out further down the pipeline. But yeah, just it really comes down to the cost of it, both money and time, and long term. If you look at, are we going to make Horizon? Suddenly we have this IP and we want to do a movie, we want to do a cartoon and a Lego game, and we have all these opportunities now in the IP because we own it. Versus like, even if it succeeds, this Marvel game, we've just now given someone else a bunch of money, and we're left in the dust.
No, I get that. I get that. I will say when I talked to Danny at Summer Game Fest last year, I did give him my Marvel Heroes pitch.
As you should.
They love an MMO over there. They would love to do another MMO. It's just a matter of the right partner.
This kind of just underscores like how just incompetent WB has been with the DC IP. Because if personally, this is me because common sense. If I'm sitting back and I'm hearing stuff about, but Marvel is so expensive, so it's hard to work, then I'm thinking, okay, wait a minute. How about we position ourselves to get our IP out there by saying, hey, I know you had some interest in making a Marvel game, but you were kind of hesitant because they're kind of difficult. We're not going to be difficult, and we're going to give you access to the IP for a lot cheaper than Marvel. So why don't you slide over here and make a Superman game or something? Like what are we doing?
Well, WB backed into that Minecraft movie success.
Oh, it tripped and fell ass backwards.
All right, can anybody explain Chicken Jockey to me? I don't understand.
I don't know anything.
No.
It's the oldest I've ever felt.
Yeah, no. Minecraft was never my thing.
Yeah, I never had any interest in. I never for a second had any interest in Minecraft.
I didn't love it, but I definitely made videos a lot back in the day because like they would get views.
Oh yeah, no, Minecraft content creation is huge. And when you're a content creator and you sort of are gauging like, okay, which direction do I want to go in, and who are the big creators there, who's like me, and I look at the Minecraft community and you've got like Dream and all of them. I can't do that. I've never even looked at a kid. It's just not for me.
Like I literally know nothing about Minecraft. I watched a couple top Minecraft like YouTubers. I watched a little bit of their videos only while I was learning YouTube, because part of learning YouTube is like studying how like the most successful creators on the platform are doing it. So I was just kind of studying the biggest people in the gaming space, regardless of what they were covering, to kind of see the things they were doing and see if I can apply it to my own process. And Minecraft videos were just all over the YouTube trending. So I would just watch a couple of them to kind of get the idea. And never once did I stick around for like the lore, because I don't care about Minecraft. It didn't appeal to me.
It's a fat meh for me.
I do have some videos that did decent. I have one video, Minecraft Fallout Edition, almost 150K views.
Hey, you'll never guess who else started out as a Minecraft YouTuber. Starts
Lady.
with a C.
Oh.
Yeah.
I also have one Minecraft Toy Story mashup pack. Almost 400,000 views. I haven't looked at any of these in so long.
People love the Minecraft.
Yeah.
Jay really has been on the platform forever.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, like, my Minecraft was Mario Maker. Like, there's like a modest sort of version of the Minecraft community in Mario Maker, and some like superstar YouTubers with their own like in jokes and stuff. I'm not gonna lie, like during COVID, especially like the first year of it, I used to just hit the Benjamin, just like order pizza and just watch those stupid ass videos all day.
My first Minecraft video, May 9th, 2012.
Oh wow.
You're ancient.
Yeah.
I think I the only thing I could think of comparable to me being part of a Minecraft like community is Marvel's Avengers. That's the only thing I could
talk about modest. Yeah.
Yeah,
you know what I used to do back in the day that used to get like crazy views? Whenever I would always look at the Microsoft store like every day, like when it used to update like around the same time every day, and I would go in and look at the Avatar store, and if there was ever anything new in the Avatar store that looked interesting, I would like post videos just showing the Avatar items. That's literally it. You would not believe how many views some of those got.
Wow.
Jay was an innovator back then.
I know for a fact there's a Power Rangers one that I did that has over 1 million views. I haven't looked at it in a long time.
That's crazy.
But like I'm looking through like some of these, and they're all, you know, a few thousand views on all of them. You know, 25,000 on one, 13,000 for a free Spider-Man Homecoming suit.
You're literally just showing avatars in the store.
Yeah, I have 115 Xbox Avatar videos. I'm looking 81,000 for the Iron Man 3 marketplace. Here it is. Power Rangers Samurai Xbox Live Avatar marketplace items. It is a 1 minute 32-second video. 2,023,614 views.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And it's just literally me showing whatever Power Rangers Samurai is.
YouTube was crazy back then. Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to. That's why I hate like when Xbox One came out, they like almost basically killed the Avatar Marketplace store, and 226,000 views. Batman Arkham City Xbox Live Marketplace Avatar items. You know?
Yeah, they just ruin your easy content farm.
It really was.
That's a damn shame.
86,000 views. Xbox Mortal Kombat 9. You know.
Now, Miller, are you tapped into Insomniac and what's going on over there with Wolverine and Spider-Man 3?
No, in a word. I mean, I'm lucky enough to like have some connections over there. I don't really tend to pry. I also too, because it's never been my franchise.
Right.
Like I'm just starting to dip my toes into the Insomniac verse. We were talking about consoles and stuff, because I was never a Sony guy.
Yeah, I've been a lifelong Sony pony. But I started on Avengers, and then I kind of like transitioned from Avengers to Gotham Knights as like the middle ground, and then the springboarded straight to Insomniac games. And The more interesting thing is that it feels like Insomniac is actually kind of getting sick of everyone's shit. Like we just had a Wolverine update where they basically just told everyone in the nicest, most polite way possible, we're busy, leave us the fuck alone. We'll let you know when we have we'll let you have something, because somebody was like, oh, no PS5 news, some great, no Wolverine news, some company you are. And
I get annoyed by like, honestly, it's not even just, I mean, obviously, like, the Insomniac fans are some of the worst defenders of it, but like the people that lose their shit because, their hand isn't being held all the way to video game release just annoy the shit out of me. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think about it. Yes, I'm excited for Borderlands 4. I don't think about it right now because it's not out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need them to like give me a million pieces of information every single day.
Exactly.
And it just seems like some of these people think they need updates like every minute. Like, I follow a guy named Cornell Gunther who works on WWE 2K games, and super awesome guy. I really respect him a lot. And I see him just tweet random stuff every day, and like you click on his replies and it's somebody bitching that he's not personally fixing the game, and he's on Twitter. And it's like, Jesus Christ, guys, come on, fucking relax.
Yeah. These people like just kind of just make the shit their entire personality are so fucking irritating, and I just kind of just don't understand this mindset. Like I'm a creator, and even I'm not like impatient like these weirdos are. Like, bro, like we at this point you should have a basic kind of understanding of how the game development process works. Like I know that Wolverine, based on just being an actual gamer, okay, it's probably releasing in 2026, so you can get a decent idea of what their marketing timeline is going to be like. Because and also if you just kind of understand, like, have some common sense, like, why if you don't have if the game isn't ready yet, if it's not up for pre-order, like, why would you be wasting time on trailers? Like, these people just don't understand like anything like basic to do with the fucking platform. Like, why do you need a fucking trailer when it's not even a pre-order yet? Do you not understand the point? The point of a trailer is not to entertain you. The point is to sell a product. Like like they're like, if they're not done, why would they be promoting it? Like, like what are we doing here? Let them work on the game. Like, we're not it's fucking April. Like, we're not even in Summer Game Fest season yet. Like,
I am really excited for Wolverine. Like, I think the cast is fucking phenomenal. I love that we're finally getting to like this corner of the universe, and to have that corner of the universe represented through like a AAA action game. And as we know from the leak, which I won't get into, the direction that they would like to go with it, like, I couldn't be more in. I'm so in.
100%. Like, I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be like similar to Spider-Man 2. Like, all the people who are bitching are going to just be drowned out by all the people who are just loving the game and buying it. I'm not worried about that aspect at all. Especially, looking forward to a more mature game with more violence, more gore. I think that's going to be a really cool thing to distinguish it from the Spider-Man games. Looking forward to the expansion of their little Marvel universe that they got going. I think it's going to be great. The one thing I'm hoping for Spider-Man 3, they've been kind of, we've seen, I think it's kind of telling that we're getting so much on Spider-Man 3 in forms of interviews. Like, first we had from Yuri, and then from Naji Jeter, where they seem to really be emphasizing this whole thing about how Peter's totally involved in the game, guys, because there's like this whole conspiracy theory that came out that they think Peter's not even going to be in Spider-Man 3. Like, they think he's being replaced by Miles and Silk, and he's not even going to be in the game. And they're like, guys, he's going to be in the game. Like, it's fine. It just seems like they're just kind of really driving this point home. But I hope they, and this is why I know people are kind of disappointed they haven't heard anything about like the rumored Venom spinoff game. I would not be mad if they didn't do any spinoff game. Like, I know I was more disappointed that at the lack of story DLC, but I understand that they're like behind schedule because of the hack, and they were just really trying to make sure they prioritize Wolverine. But I would rather they work on less projects and have time to like thoroughly work on and polish what they're doing, because the one thing I didn't like about the Spider-Man 2 process is that they had to rush it out, and they felt like they didn't really get their vision out there, and it definitely came across that way. So if they have to like pause some other projects and like kind of focus, I think that's fine. I want Spider-Man 3 to be, you know, the game that they want to deliver, like without having to compromise and cut a bunch of stuff to get it out at the last minute. If that means we don't get Spider-Man 2 DLC, if that means there's no spinoff game in the middle, perfectly fine with me. Wolverine, go right to Spider-Man 3. I'm good with that.
Yeah, it all sounds good to me.
Yeah, and obviously Sony would probably ideally not want them to spend $300 million on on it this time around, if it can be avoided. That is a lot of money, even for a AAA game. And I understand development costs have ballooned, and there's definitely a Marvel factor, but I think there's definitely a way to kind of like rail in some of these costs, and because I think this is part of a problem that gamers themselves have created. Like, it feels like the bar is extremely low for like indie games in terms of how they look, but when it comes and people will dishonestly claim like, oh, we don't care about graphics, we don't care about that, we just want a good game, and then as soon as you get a AAA game, it's like, oh, but look at the water physics, what the fuck is this? like it's all bullshit. So companies kind of feel pressure, especially AAA companies feel pressure to like deliver these, you know, top production values that honestly don't really make that much of a difference and aren't going to make the game better, but they feel like they have to because they think that people are going to reject it if it doesn't look a certain way. But I think they just say fuck them and just kind of focus on the game just being as fun and immersive as possible, rather than worry about how the water is reflecting off the surface in the afternoon. like I don't care. Just make the game good. I would rather Insomniac expand the crime that you get, the random crime system, you know, to make the game more interesting after the main campaign is done, then give us better looking water. I don't care. I don't care about the water. I don't care what the water looks like. I don't need another barrel. Just expand on the game as is. That's all. That's how I feel. And, you know, make sure you have time to do the story. Sorry, go ahead. I was going to say, have you been watching Daredevil Born Again?
I have. I am all caught up. There's one more episode, right? Which is kind of shocking.
Finale is this Tuesday. I think I'll do a watch party for that one.
Yeah, well, I guess I should let you decide the flow of questions. I was just going to start on my review.
Oh, please. I love to hear your questions, because I love the series. I definitely has a few issues with it, but I'm more so surprised by how poorly the viewership is.
Oh yeah, I guess all the Nielsen numbers are out there for like the first 2 weeks now, right?
Yeah, they're horrendous.
Yeah, I mean, there's a Disney Plus problem, A, but B, I think the show, it's a little messy, a little sloppy. Parts of it are very good, not all in one camp or the other. I think overall, I like it more than I liked season 2. You know, there's that. But I don't think it's anywhere near seasons 1 or 3. 3 in particular, I thought was just brilliant. And also, it's too damn short. The number one thing, like, I couldn't believe when I was like, oh yeah, what's the schedule again for this whole season? And I was like, "You're telling me tomorrow's episode?" This was last week. You're telling me tomorrow's episode is the second last episode?
Yeah.
We're like about to be done? No
Yeah.
way. Like I was so excited when the show was announced because it was 18 episodes. Hello answers the biggest problem that I have with the Disney Plus shows is that they're basically like a movie cut into parts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, no, you're making an actual TV show. Cool. Because that's what we're reviving. It's not like a movie cut into parts, an actual show. And it was strong in that format. I don't know that it hit that note ultimately. And this just, I don't know. It feels, it feels rushed.
I think you're exactly right because, it's not as the problem isn't as pronounced as like some of the other Disney Plus shows. A lot of those are like 5-6 episodes, but it definitely feel it, especially since this is not like a new show. This is like we've had 3 previous seasons of Daredevil on Netflix, so we kind of got to see how the storytelling is done under optimal circumstances, and seeing it play out on Disney Plus is like, oh yeah, it kind of underscores like you got to see a little bit of what we loved about the original, but also kind of underscored kind of the problem with Disney Plus's shows is that there's not enough content to them. I think the biggest culprit of this is Muse. Like Muse was teased as being like this really cool new villain that they're introducing into the this villain they're introducing into the franchise. Oh, he's going, he's a serial killer. He's going to give Daredevil all, some problems, and his entire arc is resolved in 2 episodes. Mm-hmm. whereas it feels like if this was like on Netflix, this Muse thing would play out over the course of like 7 or 8 episodes and have a really satisfying conclusion. But it felt like because there was only like 9 episodes in the season, it was like, oh well, gotta wrap this up because we got to get to this other story point. And
right. And it takes so goddamn long to come out too that it's like it was. I mean, I loved X-Men 97, but the hardest part of the ending for me was like, oh, see you in 2 years.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like it's tough. I mean, I'm very enthused by the fact that they're already filming season 2. Great, big show of confidence. Like that's one thing I like about TV is that it keeps going.
Yep.
So okay, got that box checked. But I mean, like my favorite Marvel project of all time is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I like some TV-ass TV. Like, on previously on, you know what I mean? Like I'm sold.
Yeah. I too adored Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I surprisingly, to me so far, the best at least season of Disney of Disney Plus shows besides X-Men 97 was Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which I was not expecting.
He was not into that at all going
into it, I was extremely skeptical because not because of like I didn't care really about the race swapping or whatever. I thought, oh, why does this look like complete dog shit?
Yeah, it does look like sinful.
like this is like it is a Disney production, right? Why this is some of the worst animation I've seen. Like this looks fucking horrible. This looks fucking horrible. It makes the Netflix.
Okay, I thought you were gonna bring up MTV Spider-Man.
I was gonna bring up it makes Netflix Tomb Raider look like a Miyazaki movie. Like it's fucking horrible. Like it's fucking horrendous. But I love the story. Like the writing was so good, and credit to the director and animator. They worked within what I'm assuming was a situation where they didn't get enough money and time to do proper animation, like not even just like a talent gap thing, and they made the best with what they had to work with, and kind of minimized how shitty the animation was, and it was extremely entertaining. I thought it was great, but if it had adequate or quality animation, it would just been. I think it would have passed X-Men 97 for me.
I got to tell you, I haven't watched it yet. I got to go back and watch it.
I highly. It's so good. It's so well written.
Oh.
I
haven't watched What If.
What If, I feel like, What If was one of my favorite things on Disney Plus. I really enjoyed season 1. I thought a couple episodes were bad or mid, but I thought overall it was really good. They had some really standout episodes, and it just, to me, got progressively worse as the season 2 and 3, and I thought season 3 was just kind of bad. It's just kind of unfortunate.
If there's one thing I respect about What If, it's that production team just didn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
like
they were
from the conception of the show, people were like, "Oh, this isn't what we want. We want this." And they laid out exactly what they wanted the show to be, and that team said, "Fuck you, seasons 1, seasons 2, and seasons 3. Never touched it."
Was this a thing? Because I randomly saw this the other day, and I was like, "Wait, what?"
Oh, so I think I know where that is from. In the finale of the show, during the credits crawl, they do a bunch of rapid fire images of what if concepts that they could have done. So there's samurai ghost rider and a couple of fun concepts. And
Gotcha.
then naturally that leads to the discourse of I would have preferred any of those over X
Yeah.
episode. You know what I mean?
Some of the episodes, and that's the thing, some of the episodes, they really went for it, and they were surprisingly great. I actually enjoyed the old Hollywood Agatha episode. I thought that was actually very clever.
The ending was so cool, right?
Yeah, I thought it was very clever and well executed. The Sam and Hulk one, not so much. but I love the it was Shang-Chi's dad and Hela.
Oh yeah, I like that one a lot too.
That one was great in season 2.
That felt like a what if story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that really, the couple episodes, some of the episodes, they really kind of hit on the potential of a what if type of show. They nailed it out the park. I think my favorite is probably still the
Strange one from season 1.
No, the Hank Pym one where he's killing the Avengers.
Really? I didn't think that episode was that popular.
I like that one.
I think that was my favorite in terms of I thought it was just not only just a clever concept, I thought it was just so well executed. And it was darker than you would typically expect from a Marvel, Disney Marvel production. I thought it was great.
Yeah, the Hulk death was pretty brutal.
Yeah. It was a ride. I was like, oh, wait, more of this, please. Consequently, I was expecting Marvel Zombies to be the best, and it just wasn't. But unfortunately, it was okay. But I thought it could have been a lot better.
Yeah, I am in a weird camp. I like Birdie. I didn't mind Birdie as a character.
No.
And so I think I'm the only one on Earth with that opinion. Yeah.
I'm still, by the way, think that a Marvel Zombie game. This has been my consistent pitch. Have Saber make a Marvel Zombies game in the style of Space Marine 2. I think that's $1 billion right there. I think it's $1 billion idea right there. You guys can have it. But I'll definitely check out the Marvel Zombies show. It might be better than what the what if episode.
Yeah, I heard it's sad. Yeah, I spoke to somebody who worked on it, and the impression that I got was it is not what I'm expecting it to be, in a good way.
That's definitely encouraging.
Yeah, I was like, oh, here we go. It's just Aquafina. What is you talking about the whole season?
Oh god.
And no, not even I'm very enthused having had a conversation about that. It sounds actually pretty good.
You know what? As much hate as Aquafina's been getting, and I thought she was horrendous in Shang-Chi, but I saw her in one of the new episodes of Black Mirror for the new season, and it was an incredible episode.
Oh, I believe she has the sauce. I really liked her in Raya and the Last Dragon.
Yeah, I mean, she wasn't the standout in that episode, but it was a very good episode, and she didn't ruin it. So, so it was fine. It was definitely one of my favorite episodes of Black Mirror. it was the one with it was the one with about the old Hollywood. It's like it's called, I think it's called Hotel Reverie. It's the Issa Rae episode where she plays an actress who agrees to do this like remake of this like old classic Casablanca style Hollywood movie revival using this new tech. It's one of my favorite episodes of Black Mirror. It's phenomenal.
Cool.
Issa Rae definitely feels out of place, but it somehow works a little bit. It somehow worked. I don't know why, but it was a great episode. I definitely recommend. Black Mirror has been cooking this year. It's an absolute cinema. All right. I think we can wrap this up because I got a pizza waiting for me, and Jay has Little Caesars brought back the pretzel crust, so had to indulge. And I know this is around Jay's bedtime.
Dude, I don't know what it is. The last week, sleep has been so hard. Like, I can't sleep at night, but then during the day, I'm just nodding off constantly.
I kind of really usually because I'm working. I've last week or so I was like working up until sometimes like 6 o'clock in the morning. Like it's weird schedule, but I got a good night's sleep last night, relatively, and I'm ready to dive into my taxes, and then I'm going to take a nice little break.
Fuck.
Nice.
I'm not looking forward to it, but I just wanted to get it over with.
Yeah.
But we appreciate all of you. Thank you as usual for tuning us. I'm sure you've all already followed Miller, so if somehow that's not happening, make sure you fix that. It's always a pleasure having him on to talk.
The invite, so much fun as always, and
Greek as well. Always great to have him. We appreciate all of you, and we'll catch you next week. Not sure if it's going to be anything interesting.
You will not catch us next week because it is Easter and WrestleMania.
Oh, there you go. So we'll catch you the week after. The Jesus is whatever that's supposed to be. It was resurrection. Whatever you kids celebrate.
Born again.
Born again. Literally born again. We'll catch you the week after, and I'm sure Jay will tell us all about the WrestleMania that I will not be watching.
Main event Punk.
There you go. I'm Sadot the Gamer.
I am not Casual Avenger.
Thank God.
Me
Zip
neither.
it up and zip it out.